อาเซียนเรามารวมใจมาเลเซียพม่ากัมพูชาลาวไทยสิงคโปร์เวียดนามบรูไนฟิลิปปินส์อินโดนีเซียรวมใจอาเซียนเรามารวมใจอาเซียนรวมใจอาเซียนเรามารวมใจ
Indonesia,
Laos,
Malaysia,
Myanmar,
Thailand,
Vietnam, ASEAN countries famous for their agricultural products. Some kinds of agricultural products have in common because the climate and geographical contours are similar. In almost Asian countries have paddy fields that produce the best rices. Rice becoming one of the unifying ASEAN countries to achieve prosperity. Salam jumpa, I am Nurul from Indonesia. Indonesia is known as an agricultural country. For majority of Indonesians, rice is a symbol of prosperity. Rice not only as a means of fulfilling the needs of the dining, but a source of sustenance and human life. In Java community, before starting to harvest, the community perform the ceremony called Wiwitan. Wiwitan is ancestral tradition of family farmers who perform during harvest or in early season rice harvest. Traditionally, the Java community, Wiwitan tradition as a form of thanks and gratitude to the earth and Dewi Sri, or the goddess of rice, which has been growing rice plant before harvest. Rice is the main food for most Indonesian people. Rice served with a variety of menus particularly of region in Indonesia. In Yogyakarta, we can enjoy the rice with gudeg. Gudeg is traditionally associated with Yogyakarta, and Yogyakarta is sometimes nicknamed Kota Gudeg.
Sabadi, I'm good from Laos. Rice is a main food of Lao people. We eat rice every day. A farmer plants paddy in Vientiane capital, on the mountain in the north, and also in the south of Laos. Bun Khao Ji Maka Busa. Khao Ji is curing of sticky rice. In Laos, it's a celebrated in annual festival of 12 traditional. A ceremony is held at temple in the morning, when a special bread made of sticky rice is offered. This festival is held during the third full moon of the lunar calendar. The festival commemorates the original teaching of Lord Buddha, given to the 1,000 monks who came spontaneously to hear him speak. The festival is marked by grand parades of candle bearing, war and hippies, circling their local temple, merit making and much religious music and chanting.
Salam Sejahtera. I'm Hernani from Malaysia. Paddy fields are typically found on Peninsula Malaysia in most of its region. The most scenic paddy fields are located in northern Malaysia, in Kedah, Perlis and Penang, almost covering these states. The state of Kedah is considered the rice bowl, in Malay we call jelapang padi, of the country, accounting for about half of Malaysia's total production of rice. The Harvest Festival celebrated in Sabah and Labuan on the 30th and 31st May every year is widely known as Pesta Keamatan. This festival is closely connected to rice cultivation, as rice is the main crop in Sabah. Pesta Keamatan marks the end of the planting cycle, hence a time for harvest. Farmers and families take this opportunity to give thanks to the spirits and gods for providing them with a fruitful reap and pray that the God will bless them with bountiful harvest the following year. A popular dish based on rice in Malaysia is nasi lemak, rice steamed with coconut milk and pandan leaves to give it a rice fragrance. Of Malay origin, nasi lemak is frequently referred to as the national dish.
Mingalaba, I am Zodua from Myanmar. Nearly 70% of the total population in Myanmar, more than 40 million, live in rural area and most are farmers. Every Delta, so-called edible pot of rice in Myanmar, is the largest areas and the highest production area. Last 80 years ago, Myanmar was the first exporter of rice production. In Myanmar, rice is the main food and mostly people eat 3 times. Early morning, as a breakfast, midday, as lunch, and evening and night, as dinner. With rice, ngapi, fish pigs and vegetable is essential main dish and other meat and curry are staple dish. Many scientists agree that Myanmar started wetland plantations of rice over the world. Its culture relates and depends on rice. Like other countries in ASEAN, Myanmar is a one that need rice for living in future. We eat ngapi, fish pigs with vegetable. In Myanmar, we call weta, amela, cheta, pingleza, and also in English, pork, beef, chicken, and seafood, and also we eat.
Sawadee krap. My name is Tang from Thailand. In Thailand, there are 2 types of the rice seasons. First, one is wet season, which is an appropriate rice planting time. The rice from this type is productive by season. Another one is dry season, that the rice is planted out of rice planting season. This type of rice is productive by age, no matter when the rice was planted. So this is why the rice in Thailand is fruitful through the year. Additionally, a ceremony relating with rice is royal ploughing ceremony. This ceremony date varies as it is determined by astrology, and it is the sign of the cultivation starting. The famous part of ceremony is 2 sacred oxen are hitched to a wooden plot and they plot a furrow in some ceremonial ground, while rice seed is sown by court Brahmins. After the plowing, the oxen are offered plates of food, including rice, corn, green beans, sesame, fresh cut grass, water, and rice whiskey. Depending on what the oxen eat, court astrologers and Brahmins make a prediction on whether the coming growing season will be bountiful or not. The ceremony is rooted in Brahman belief and is held to ensure a good harvest. Tom Yam Goong is a very famous Thai food. Traveler who's taking a trip in Thailand must taste it, although this dish is very spicy and sour for foreigner. The another one dish we must try is Pad Krapao. You can order these in almost every Thai restaurants.
Xin chào, my name is Diep and I come from Vietnam. Vietnam has 3 ecosystems that detect rice culture. These are the Southern Delta, with its Mekong Delta dominating rice coverage. A total of 12 provinces constitute the Mekong Delta, popularly known as the Rice Bowl of Vietnam. The Rice Bowl has assured food security to our population. In a dining table, in Vietnamese houses, rice is the main dish that is placed at the center, with other dishes arranged around it. And now, I will introduce the famous dishes often eaten with rice in Vietnam, called cá kho tộ. In Vietnam, cá kho tộ is often cooked in a brown clay pot to retain heat and help in the caramelizing process. Typically, cat fish is used, but really any variety of fish can be used.
This is gudeg from Indonesia. Enak tenan.
This is a lap from Laos แซ่บหลาย
This is nasi lemak. Sedapnya.
Oh, ngapi sa kaung sama.
This is ต้มยำกุ้ง ต้มยำกุ้งอร่อย
And this is cá kho tộ, ngon lắm.